What's going on, guys? Alex here with 81480C, and today I'm ready to do my full review on the Bestech Explorer. This is one of the 4 knives that came in via the Black Widow passaround group, and this is actually the 3rd time that I filmed this review. So my camera angle might be a little bit different. That's because I've been using not the app, like the camera app on my phone. I don't know why I never did that. From the beginning, I've been using an app that I downloaded that I found in my early days of doing YouTube on YouTube that someone suggested, but it would close out on my video, or close out on my active video, and then I would go. So the last time I was filming this, I was probably 5 minutes into my review, and it closed out, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I was starting to get annoyed, but I would just have to, continue filming, and then I would splice them together. But I looked, and it wouldn't keep track of my it didn't send that video to the memory area, which really pissed me off. So I'm like, okay, I can't be using that app anymore because I don't want to get done with the review, especially because that was the second time that I already had to do it because something messed up before and it didn't save either. So I was like, screw it, I'm not going to do this a 4th time because I'm getting tired of talking about the same knife over and over again. So I know Kevin uses on his watch, he just uses the normal iPhone camera app, and you can control the camera from your watch and stuff like that, which I'm doing so, and it looks fine from where I'm seeing and stuff like that. Hopefully the camera's okay, and hopefully the angle's okay. I try to zoom in and out to make sure it looked, that got to a presentable length or zoom or whatever you want to call it. So hopefully it looks okay. But again, this is the Bestech Explorer, and this thing is, I feel like a broken record. So ugly, guys. I don't like the look of it. I think it looks like a killer whale because you have the sort of the eye up here with the snout up here. Killer whales are black and white. The satin looks, you could use as a white color. And then this is their little fin. I'm not a huge fan of it. Looks wise, I think it looks ugly. It's stub nosed. Just not a big fan of it. It is rocking the Jade G10 scales. You can see it is see-through. Open it up. So there is a lot of internal milling and internal skeletonizing going on there. Loop over style deep carry clip that is recessed into the scales. With mushroom top screws. This is a D2 blade. Has this satin down here with a dark stone wash up here. And according to, I have a paper here written down. According to White Mountain Knives, they come in this jade, a black, a white, and an OD. The white has a full black DLC blade, and for some reason, I don't know why, but that's $13 more than the rest of them. I don't know what qualifies that as being more expensive, but just kind of something I found. I will leave links to White Mountain Knives, specifically to this one down below, but you can find the rest if you're interested on the website. Has bearings. It has a flipper tab up here. Obviously has a hole for deployment here. I don't think I'm missing anything else. The grind is, I believe, a flat, but it honestly feels more like a chisel grind. It's pretty thick behind the edge, and then you obviously have this reverse tanto, it looks like a chisel tip, if I'm being honest, up here. So not the best looking blade, but yeah, it is a liner lock with decent lock bar access right there. And then moving on to action. Action is where this knife really shines, in my opinion. It really took me by surprise. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. So you have a flipper tab here, and it looks kind of like a shark's fin, or back in the 70s with the muscle cars when they had the superchargers that would pop up out of the hoods. To me, that's kind of what it looks like. I think it looks really good. And it's very practical and very usable. Because it's flat up here with a little jimping, and as long as you land right on it, you're going to be sucked right in, and it's going to pop right out of there, guys. The detent, I'm trying to find a good, making sure I'm giving you guys good angles on here since the camera is a little bit, I'm not used to my filming setup right now, but it's very snappy. It's very reliable. It's very hard to fail. Like you can see there, I basically tried to fail it, and it still got to like the secondary, sorry, the sun just like bounced off of the building across from our apartment, and it like hit a metallic like section of it, and it just like blinded me. Very, very weird. But it just did it again. You guys can probably see in my face. But yeah, the flipper tab is so nicely done. It's just a pleasure to use. It's a pleasure to fire. The detent is snappy. You have this hole here, obviously, so you can thumb flick it. It's not the best for it though, because you kind of have to concentrate on like where your thumb is and like how to push it out. But it's very usable and very doable. Honestly, slow rolling it with this hole is actually pretty satisfying. I really like how it feels this way, and I'm not really a slow roll guy at all. You know me. I don't prefer to do that. And then the middle finger flick is also very well done. You take like the pad of the pointer finger, or middle finger, excuse me, and you just kind of jam it down in there, and it bangs right out, guys. So snappy. So like just Bestech really killed it with the fit and finish on here. It's kind of it's not bad, but they really murdered the detent. And you know, the closing action hits your nail. Just really, really smooth. Like out of all the Bestech knives that I got, this has the best action, which again took me by surprise. I did not expect for it to have that good of action. But it's really fun to play with. I really, really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Some nights when I'd sit there playing PlayStation, I'd be watching YouTube, watching Netflix, doing some homework, whatever I was doing around the house, and I would reach for a knife to fidget with. This was always one of the first ones I picked up, just because, again, I'm reviewing it, but at the same time, like, it's just a lot of fun. So, Bestech did a really, bang up job with the detent and the fidget factor on this knife. So, next up is ergos. And ergos are okay. I can get a full 4-finger grip on here, just barely. My pinky's kind of just hanging off back here. I much prefer using kind of the whales, the flipper choil up here. Feels more comfortable that way, but again, this is a boxy knife to begin with. It's not going to be rounded super nicely. It's not going to have a lot of contouring on it. It's just boxy, squarish, kind of chodish, if you would. So using this choil definitely makes it be locked into your hands a little bit better and gives you better control of it. I do not like the cutouts on here at all. It kind of like digs into my palm and makes it kind of like itchy. So definitely makes it a hot spot to me. The pot clip doesn't sit too proud of the scale at all, so you're not really going to be feeling that too much, especially when you're up on the choil. To me, the biggest like annoyance is just those scales, because like when you dig your finger down into them, they're rough edges, so like they're gonna irritate the skin, and they're not gonna like you're not gonna enjoy how they feel, is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, so ergos are like they're not bad, but they're not great. They're kind of just somewhere in the middle. They're kind of mad to me, because I'm sure if you're gonna like torque down and really use this, like when you squeeze this hard, I just feel those stupid cutouts, and I don't like them at all. So action is kind of for me. So, or action. Ergos are kind of for me. And then next up we have carry. Carry's not bad. Obviously, like I said, this is a small knife. It's a relatively small package. But you do have a loop over style deep carry clip there. It's going to carry pretty well. One thing I don't like is here they kind of have this like cutout. So when you have it in your pocket, you still kind of get the cutout of these like pointy scales. I don't love that. To me, I wish they would have just taken the G10 and just continually like gone over, to the end of the knife, and then this would be filled in, and then you could move the pot clip up a little bit, and you wouldn't have any like, sort of sharp edges like this sticking up out of your pocket. I don't know if they did that for like a design perspective and a design standpoint of this knife, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of annoying. I don't like it at all. But the pot clip itself is good. It's kind of like a mini deep carry clip, which I like. It carries in pocket very, very well. You know, you'll have this slipper tab down there if you're going to be reaching in to try to grab something, so you might, you know, get caught on that. But it's not going to be sharp. It's not going to tear your finger up or anything like that. I never had any issues. So yeah, carry is decent. I wouldn't say it's good. I wouldn't say it's bad. And that leads me to my final category of price point and what to recommend this knife. So price point on these guys I found were $50.40 from White Mountain Knives, but the white version with the full black blade was $63. So again, I don't know what made that jump to $13, or made it jump $13 to $63 when it's the same blade, materials, the same G10. To me, that really didn't make sense. I mean, it's a cool variant, kind of like a Stormtrooper variant, but I don't understand the $13 price increase there. So again, I will leave these linked in the description down below to White Mountain Knives, specifically this one if you're interested to go check it out. Again, you can find the other ones just by, once you're already on the site, nice and easy. I would recommend this knife to people that are looking for different designs, because again, this is different. It's definitely unique, and I have to applaud Bestech for doing that, for kind of thinking outside of the box and not just going with the norm of designs. A couple of the ones I got in the box have different designs, are unique, have character, and I have to give it to them for that, because they are trying to think of different things. And just because I think this thing is ugly as hell doesn't mean the next person will. And I really do have to applaud it for having such a good action, because it really is just fun to play with. It has multiple ways of deployment, and it's fun. It makes me happy. It makes me, you know, want to pick up this knife and want to fidget with it. Does it make me want to use it? Absolutely not, because this thing is ugly. The blade shape is not a usable blade shape in my opinion for what I need to do with it. You know, if you want to go scrape some paint off of a wall, maybe, but you know, not for me. So I would recommend it to people that are, you know, that like different designs, that are fans of, you know, unique and odd, you know, blade shapes and handle shapes and stuff like that. But I really would recommend, if you pick it up, you will definitely be surprised by the action. You will really, really enjoy it. Again, I think that's the shining star of this knife, and I think it's the best thing that it has going for it. So it's just not for me, and I would never pay $50 for it, but the action is very, very good. The looks are the looks of a $10 knife. The action is the action of probably a $100 knife. I would go as far as saying that. The action is that good, guys. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed playing with this and checking it out. So that is my full review on the Bestech Knives Explorer. Thank you so much to the Black Widow Passaround group for supplying these for all of us to check out. Thank you to Justin for organizing the Black Widow Passaround group. You do a really good job, buddy. And thank you to you guys for watching, supporting, and just always, you know, the people that always comment. You know who you are. I greatly appreciate that. If you have not yet considered clicking subscribe, please do so. I really, you know, it would mean a lot for you guys to continue to subscribe and to watch the channel grow. And I'm super excited for what is in the future. So I hope this camera angle was also okay for you guys. I think this is what I might be doing in the future. According to the watch, I was in frame and stuff like that. I'm hoping that eventually I'll get used to how where the knife needs to go for the camera lens and stuff like that. But I'm thinking this might be the new way of filming, because I just can't trust that app. I can't sit here and film a 15 to 20 minute long review and go to, when I click done, just have it not show up, because that would be very annoying. I already am very annoyed by it, just by losing 5 to 7 minute clips. But hopefully this works well and I can get used to it and stuff like that. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Have a great rest of your night, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.